Today, we will talk about some of the greatest managers in the history of football and the strategies that made them successful. We will look at their achievements, their philosophies, and their impact on the game. Let's get started. We begin with Jose Mourinho, the self-proclaimed special one. Mourinho is one of the most successful and controversial managers in the world, having won trophies in Portugal, England, Italy, Spain, and France. He is known for his pragmatic, defensive, and counter-attacking approach, as well as his mind games, media antics, and clashes with rivals. Mourinho's greatest achievement was leading Porto to a stunning treble in 2004, including the Champions League title against all odds. He then moved to Chelsea, where he won 3 Premier League titles, 3 League Cups, and 1 FA Cup in 2 spells. He also won 2 Serie A titles, 1 Coppa Italia, and 1 Champions League with Inter Milan, becoming the first manager to win a treble in Italy. He added 1 La Liga title, 1 Copa del Rey, and 1 Supercopa de España with Real Madrid, before returning to England with Manchester United and Tottenham. He later won the UEFA Europa Conference League with AS Roma. Mourinho's philosophy is based on 3 pillars: adaptability, defensive solidity, and psychological warfare. He adapts his tactics to suit his players and exploit his opponent's weaknesses. He builds his teams on a strong defensive foundation, often using a low block and quick transitions. And he uses his charisma and cunning to motivate his players, unsettle his rivals, and manipulate the media. Mourinho's style may not be the most attractive or popular, but it is undoubtedly effective and influential. Next, we have Arsene Wenger, the longest-serving manager in Arsenal's history. Wenger is one of the most respected and admired managers in the world, having transformed Arsenal into a modern, attractive, and successful club with his visionary, elegant, and cultured football. He won 3 Premier League titles, 7 FA Cups, and 7 Community Shields with Arsenal, where he also coached the Invincibles team that went unbeaten in the 2003-04 season. He also reached the Champions League final in 2006 and the Europa League final in 2019 with Arsenal. Wenger's philosophy was based on attacking football, a concept that he learned from his studies in economics and management and developed with his own scouting and coaching methods. He wanted his teams to play with flair, creativity, and technical quality, creating chances and scoring goals. He also used youth development skills, a system that involved identifying, nurturing, and promoting young talents from around the world. He also instilled a professional mentality, a culture that involved respecting the game, the club, and the fans. Wenger's style was effective and influential, inspiring many modern players and coaches such as Thierry Henry, Cesc Fabregas, and Mikel Arteta. Moving on to Jurgen Klopp, the charismatic leader of the Liverpool Revolution. Klopp is one of the most exciting and entertaining managers in the world, having won trophies in Germany and England with his energetic, passionate, and attacking football. He won 2 Bundesliga titles, 1 DFB Pokal, and 1 DFL Super Cup with Borussia Dortmund, as well as 1 Champions League title, 1 Premier League title, 1 UEFA Super Cup, and 1 FIFA Club World Cup with Liverpool. Klopp's philosophy is based on 2 concepts: gegenpressing and heavy metal football. Gegenpressing is the art of pressing the opposition immediately after losing possession, aiming to win the ball back quickly and launch a counterattack. Heavy metal football is the term Klopp uses to describe his fast-paced, direct, and aggressive style of play that creates chances and goals galore. Klopp's style is innovative and influential, inspiring many modern managers such as Thomas Tuchel, Julian Nagelsmann, and Marco Rose. Next, we have Carlo Ancelotti, the gentleman of football. Ancelotti is one of the most respected and experienced managers in the world, having won trophies in Italy, England, France, Spain, and Germany with his flexible, balanced, and pragmatic football. Ancelotti's philosophy is based on adaptability, harmony, and simplicity. He adapts his tactics to suit his players and the context of each game. He uses different formations depending on the situation, such as 4-4-2, 4-3-3, or 4-2-3-1. He creates harmony among his players and staff, fostering a positive and professional environment. He simplifies his instructions and communication, making his ideas clear and easy to understand. Ancelotti's style is effective and influential, inspiring many modern managers such as Zinedine Zidane, Maurizio Sarri, and Massimiliano Allegri. Moving on to Rinus Michels, the father of total football. Michels is one of the most influential and revolutionary managers in the history of the game, having created and perfected a philosophy that changed the way football was played and understood. He won 4 Eredivisie titles, 3 KNVB Cups and 1 European Cup with Ajax, as well as 1 La Liga title and 1 Copa del Rey with Barcelona. He also led the Netherlands to the 1974 World Cup final and the 1988 European Championship title. Michels' philosophy was based on total football, a concept that involved no fixed positions, constant movement, and high pressing. He wanted his players to be versatile, creative, and intelligent, able to switch roles and adapt to different situations on the pitch. He used a 4-3-3 formation that allowed his players to exploit spaces, create overloads, and dominate possession. He also instilled a high work ethic, discipline, and team spirit in his players, demanding they press the opposition relentlessly and recover the ball as soon as possible. Next, we have Johan Cruyff, the greatest disciple of total football. Cruyff is one of the most brilliant and influential players and coaches in the history of the game, having dazzled and dominated with his skill, vision, and leadership. He won 8 Eredivisie titles, 5 KNVB Cups, and 3 European Cups with Ajax, as well as 1 La Liga title and 1 Copa del Rey with Barcelona. He also led the Netherlands to the 1974 World Cup final, where he won the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament. Cruyff's philosophy was based on total football, a concept that he learned from Rinus Michels and perfected with his flair and creativity. He was the epitome of a complete player, capable of playing in any position and dictating the tempo and direction of the game. He used his technique, intelligence, and speed to create and score goals, as well as to press and defend. He also invented the famous Cruyff turn, a deceptive move that left defenders bewildered. Arrigo Sacchi, the mastermind behind the legendary AC Milan team of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Sacchi revolutionized football with his high-pressing, high-intensity, and high-organized system that dominated Italy and Europe. He won 2 Serie A titles, 2 European Cups, and 1 Intercontinental Cup with Milan, as well as reaching the World Cup final with Italy in 1994. Sacchi's philosophy was based on 4 principles: defensive compactness, zonal marking, offside trap, and collective movement. He wanted his team to defend and attack as a unit, with no more than 25 meters between the lines. He used zonal marking to cover spaces rather than man-marking opponents. He instructed his defenders to push up and catch the opposition offside whenever possible. And he demanded his players to move in sync, creating numerical superiority and passing triangles all over the pitch. Sacchi's style was innovative and influential, inspiring many modern managers such as Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, and Antonio Conte. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest tacticians of all time. Next up is Sir Alex Ferguson, the legendary Scottish manager who ruled English football for over 2 decades. Ferguson is widely regarded as one of the greatest managers of all time, having won 13 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, and 2 Champions League trophies with Manchester United. Ferguson's strategy was based on a winning mentality, a strong work ethic, and a ruthless desire to succeed. He also showed great adaptability and longevity, changing his tactics and his teams according to the times and trends. He was also a master of mind games, psychological warfare, and motivational speeches, which he used to inspire his players and intimidate his rivals. Next, we have Pep Guardiola, the master of possession football. Guardiola is one of the most successful and admired managers in the world, having won trophies in Spain, Germany, and England with his beautiful, dominant, and sophisticated football. He won 3 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Rey titles, and 2 Champions League titles with Barcelona, where he also coached the B team. He then won 3 Bundesliga titles and 2 DFB Pokal titles with Bayern Munich. He is currently the manager of Manchester City, where he has won 4 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cup titles, and 5 EFL Cup titles. Guardiola's philosophy is based on possession football, a concept that he learned from Johan Cruyff and refined with his innovations and adaptations. He wants his teams to control the game with the ball, creating triangles and passing combinations to move the ball forward. He also uses positional play, a system that involves players occupying certain zones on the pitch to create space and numerical advantages. He also demands his players to press high and intensely to recover the ball as soon as possible. Guardiola's style is effective and influential, inspiring many modern players and coaches such as Xavi, Lionel Messi, and Thomas Tuchel. And finally, we have Hector Herrera, the Argentine-French manager who is considered the greatest tactician of all time. Herrera is famous for his invention of catenaccio, a defensive system that involves a sweeper behind a back four, tight man-marking and counter-attacking football. He implemented this strategy as a manager with Inter Milan in the 1960s, where he won 3 Serie A titles and 2 European Cups. He also won 2 La Liga titles with Barcelona and 1 with Atletico Madrid. Herrera's philosophy was based on discipline, organisation and mental strength. He was also known for his charisma, his mind games and his motivational slogans. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please leave a like, comment your thoughts below and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching.